Hey, everybody, I'm Brad.
And I'm Gina.
And welcome back to the Overland 870 podcast. We've been on a break for a little bit for the holidays, and I hope everybody had a really good time and got everything they wanted for Christmas. But tonight, we have Corey and Kayla from Big Rock Overland with us, and we're going to be asking a couple questions and talking about some stuff they've got going on and just having a general good time.
Hope so.
So, guys, we're going to just kind of open it up with the standard question that I kind of do here is, so what got you guys into this and how did you come up with Big Rock Overland?
Well, it's a very long-winded story, but the TLDR is essentially, we hadn't been camping. I hadn't been camping in probably 10 plus years before we got into the overlanding thing. I don't know. I got really bored. I have a lot of hobbies. I get bored. I got ADD, so I got to keep myself busy. So I got a lot of hobbies. So what started all off, though, I think was the drone flying. So I really got heavily into drones. I was doing standard GPS drones. I was loving it. But then I was like, I need more like a little bit of an adrenaline rush with this thing. So I went out and I got me some FPV drones where you can fly these first person where you're seeing with this. You wear the goggles on your face and everything.
He can't stand up and do it.
Yeah, it's so nauseating. I have to lean up against something or sit down. It's bad. It's real bad.
We have a funny story about those kind of drones right there, and that guy is actually in the chat. Jamie.
Oh, Jamie. Yeah.
Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie. Jamie is our resident drone builder, loosely termed builder.
Yeah.
But he has the whole goggle set up, and I have to tell this story. We have to tell this now.
Sorry.
We have.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jamie. It's always about the.
We gotta hear it. So
Jamie, who? Yeah, we always have to tell a Jamie story when we go here, and this one just happened to come out exactly perfect. So we went to Fun Run?
Yes.
So
yes, it was down in Hot Springs at the off-road park, OHV park.
So we went down for Camp Fun Run. We do a thing with the Jeep Club here, and we went down there, and Jamie had borrowed my camera, or borrowed my SD card for my camera because I'd been filming the Jeeps all day long and everybody doing the trails and stuff like that. And Jamie's like, "Hey man, let me borrow your SD card. I'm gonna fly my drone over top of everything.
That way, everything's all in one SD card, and then we can just plug it in, and then everything's all in one spot." We're like, "Yeah, that's a great idea."
Yeah. What happened?
Until we got home and it deleted everything. It reformatted it when.
Oh no!
Put the card in, it reformatted the card and deleted all of our previous stuff. All of our
we had hundreds of photos we had taken that day of everybody. Like we had a bunch of new drivers, and they were out there and they were learning how to do some rock crawling and stuff, and we were like just snapping pictures. We had all kind of stuff, and then Jamie's.
It was all good though, because we ended up covering more afterwards when we realized what had happened. We heard about, we were able to recover and get a bit more.
Gina's actually our drone. Gina's our drone pilot.
Gina does not even get to touch. I got to touch it. Okay, you got to see it. I got to touch it for like 20 seconds. No, don't. You're getting too close. No, you're getting too high. No, you're gonna get too close to the tree. And then I've never seen it since.
Oh no.
I've not got to touch it. I've not got to see it. I didn't know it still exists. Oh no, I didn't do anything to it. I just never get to.
You crashed it.
I don't get to.
You got grounded. Oh no.
You lost a drone at Hot Springs Off-Road Park, and I climbed down a mountain to go get it.
Oh
wow.
I said not to, but
I don't know. The drones can get pretty pricey pretty quick.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
But everything.
With that, sorry, that was a wild tangent. That's that's the premise of the wild tangent.
We've had a few of those instances ourselves, though, for real.
Yeah, Jamie hasn't even been on the show yet, but he's going to be at Jasper Jeep Jam. We're going to interview him there.
I can't wait for that one.
He's in every show.
Yeah, he's technically in every show, just like Craig. He's always there.
Yeah.
Hey, who's Craig?
Yeah. Who's Craig? Yeah. Who's Craig?
So we started off I started off in drone flying, and I got really good at the FPV stuff. I was doing a lot of freestyle. I was diving buildings. I was doing all kinds of stuff. And, I was doing I had a whole other YouTube experience before all this, by the way.
Oh, really?
Called Cloud FPV. Cloud is sort of my gamer tag name, so I kind of ran with that. I actually have a tattoo that I drew on my forearm. That's my gamer tag logo.
Yeah.
long story short, I just couldn't figure out what the heck. My drone skills were great, but my camera just looked like crap. I was like, what is going on?
Huh?
I fell in the rabbit hole. I went off and learned about cameras, got a cinema camera, and it was all downhill, pun intended, from there, I guess.
And we bought a Jeep to transport camera gear and camping and overlanding it, and
Yep.
now we video that.
We bought the Gladiator Sport, Major Tom.
Major Tom.
That was an awesome Jeep. We miss Major
Yeah.
Tom even now because Firefly has given us a few
She got an
problems.
attitude.
She's looking at a little toot on her.
Yeah.
But, we went camping the first weekend we got the Jeep. And like I said, we had never been camping. I just wanted a truck that felt more rugged because I was in a little car. I just felt like I wanted something that could get around. So we went camping. We spent maybe one weekend kind of roughing it, camping at a campground.
Very loosely.
Yeah,
roughing
camping
it.
at Lake Sylvia. That's our first stomping ground was Lake Sylvia.
I don't know. Sometimes them campgrounds can be pretty rough too, though.
We were so terrified at first to go like camping where it wasn't a campground.
There weren't
it
people.
was scary.
Yeah, it was scary.
It's really
and then
awesome
we
that
got
you went
home.
ahead and did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got home, got on YouTube, and of course that's down the rabbit hole I went was what can I do to my Jeep, for camping, and then I seen overlanding, and that's where it just made sense. I was like, I'm flying drones. I love doing that. I love doing cinematography. I really wanted to get into like short filmmaking, doing like really like cinematic type pieces. I know that word gets thrown around a lot, but I really wanted like beautiful images. That's what got me interested in it.
Yeah.
And then I grew up on the back roads of the Ouachitas with my dad. He's got a Jeep too, so
Yeah.
fit right in.
We had never been like off-roading. I hadn't been camping, like I said, in like 10 plus years. And so this was all like super new to us. We didn't know anybody. We didn't know how to air down. We learned about airing down
Halfway
during
through
the fun run.
run.
During the fun run. Some poor soul was just like, hey, if you let some air out of your tires, you probably have a better time. We're like, what?
He had his
so-
hair down.
Yeah.
So I'm the same as you on as far as having the background knowledge of all the back roads, but I'm from Missouri, so that's where all my knowledge is. But I was the one that's like, I want to go camping. I want to go camping. I want to go camping. And then, then it went into I want a Jeep. I want a Jeep. So that's what got us back into it.
That was like a no-brainer for us to get, because she's like, I want to get a Jeep and I want to go outside. I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So
It didn't
But-
take a whole lot of convincing for Kayla.
No, that's my stomping grounds.
Yeah. Knew all of that, and it helps to have that intimate knowledge of it too, and not be so scared of it that
But then it's like, I mean, for us, and I'm sure it was the same way for you. I mean, I've camped with you, and I can tell them too. You guys are out and about. Your whole mindset changes pretty quickly. I mean, like you go from that initial like, oh man, I'm not too crazy about this. What are we doing? We're crossing this water. It's half an inch deep. I'm afraid we're going to drown the Jeep out. Like, oh, we're it's all this. What are we doing? We're tearing stuff up. And so finally, you're driving like this right here. And then you got your favorite beverage over here, or whatever you're doing. With Pepsi, Coke, whatever. And you're driving. And you're like, I'm not even worried about it. You're driving up waterfalls. The next thing in like 2 or 3 weeks, you're doing that, and your confidence level increases dramatically. Like,
Yeah, we I forgot where I was going with that.
We were definitely terrified when we first got started of even the small stuff. And you can tell from some of our earlier productions, we weren't doing anything. We were cinematic, doing the epic voiceovers, driving down a dirt road, We
I was
would
getting out to go over a bridge.
We would get roasted in the comments about how epic and how we're playing with our little toys.
Well, I mean, I that was kind of the same way with us. Now, next week, the guest we're having on here is David Cartwright, and David is actually the one that got us out camping a lot, in the Ozarks. He was like one of the first trips that we did that, but
froze
to death. We're gonna talk about the freezing cold temperature that we went camping in the Ozarks with zero equipment. So we're like way over our heads, way over our heads.
Zero. We slept in the back of the Jeep.
Yeah, she froze me to death, about killed me. That'll be next week. We're gonna talk about that next week, though. But we were out there and we were doing stuff now, and I'm sure it's the same way with you too. Like I said, that stuff that we were doing before was mediocre, mild, light, mediocre. And to us, that was, we were climbing Mount Everest. And that's kind of like got the adrenaline going, and we wanted to go do that stuff. And Gina drove 90% of the first. She still does. If we're out and if I'm filming or something, she usually drives, unless I'm solo. But that gave us all the inspiration to go out and do that, and gave us the confidence to go do that stuff. And I see that like your videos when you watch your stuff and you watch it, you have you're similar to Caleb Baker when you do your videos, because you have that calm, collected, like voice, like you would expect, like when you did the Frosty Fenders, Sports Zone thing. Your voice just portrays that. Like, this is exactly what
total confidence.
Yeah, total confidence.
You knew exactly what you were going to say.
I worked a long time and hard to develop that. I promise.
Yeah, and I mean
it's very awesome to listen.
Yeah, anytime I have to record the voiceover stuff, Kayla has to leave the room because I'm just like, I gotta be in my own little world. Like, stop listening to me. I gotta do this. I'm getting nervous.
Well, it's just like, like I said, you watch them. You're like, everybody that does this, and we're lucky. We have a nice little content creators group that we have. We all talk in, and we all have very distinctive styles. Every one of us has a very distinctive. You can watch a video. You can watch one of Brandon's videos. You can watch something that Dan's done. You can watch something that Craig's done. You can watch any of our videos, and you can tell that who's doing it because we're around each other so much. But you have that like George Lucas type video, I guess it would be like. It's just like you and Caleb, y'all both have that Steven Spielberg stuff syndrome, and I'm over here like I'm filming.
My name's Jeff.
Yeah, it's like that's what it is.
My name's Jeff.
Yeah, I'm like filming Ice Pirates over here, from 1984.
Oh, whatever. You gotta give yourself more credit than that, man. We like watching your guys' stuff too, just as much. We like watching everybody's stuff, to be honest. Yeah.
Well, it's really good to. But you guys have helped, like your video that you just like, guys. If you haven't checked it out yet, jump on over real fast to Big Rock Overland on YouTube. That Corey has dropped a video that you guys need to go watch. Now, you can break off from the show if you want to go watch. It's about a 2-minute video, or you can watch it after the show. But we talked about it a little bit beforehand, and it's kind of like you describe it, Corey. You tell everybody what it is.
I would do it no justice.
So we were a little while back. This is before December hit, because this is before this would have been right around the Storming the Ozarks, actually. So right around the Storming the Ozarks time. We made this creators chat with everyone that was there, because we felt like we wanted to have a creative space for all the people who are doing content creation to kind of brainstorm and toss some ideas around. And one of the conversations that kind of came up in the process of that was, no one explicitly said outright that they were struggling with anything, but I kind of got the vibe that some people were having some creative issues.
I have that problem too. Yeah.
And so I talked to Kayla for a little bit. We did a little bit of planning, and I really wanted to make something that was, one, very different than what we've normally done, and also a much bigger step in the direction that we want to go for 2025. And that was adding a little bit more of a cinematic and motivational, inspirational feel to what we do, to help other creators also and storytellers, to inspire them to just create stuff and quit worrying about the semantics of whether it's going to be cheesy or corny, or if it's too epic or too much, whatever. And so I made this little 2-3 minute short film as hope for our fellow creators and friends, that it would help inspire you guys to get out there and just make stuff, quit worrying about all these little bitty things. I struggle with this a lot. I'll have a ton of ideas. I don't know what to make. And sometimes the best answer is to just pick your camera up and just go, just do it.
Yeah. It's, and that, that is something that's helped both of us, because like I said, I have hundreds of hours of video that nobody has ever seen. I talk about it all the time. Nobody's ever seen it, because I go out and I do stuff and I don't feel like that I'm doing a good enough job. But you guys have all been very supportive to us about, go out and do this, go out, go ahead and try it. Make that video, get out and do it. I feel more comfortable in this kind of setting where I'm here just randomly blurting stuff out than I do recording myself, because I sound like Opie from,
It's not necessarily that. It's also placing it and putting it together so where it makes cohesive sense, because we do like to have the conversations that are like here, there, here, there, here, there. So then when you go to try to put a video together, if you put that video together here, there, people's going to be like, what? I don't.
Yeah.
None of this makes sense. I thought they were over here. Now they're back now it's snowing. What? So that was
hard to craft those stories.
Yeah.
Well, we did that at Maris. We went to Maris 2 years ago.
2 years ago, and then I went after that, and then I'm getting ready to go back again. I got tons of footage, but I don't know what to do with it other than just be a big long video.
Yeah, we filmed the entire trip that we went on. We filmed it, and it was some really cool stuff. I mean, that was the first time that we really got to camp with Craig and Leanne, and we got to camp with those guys, and it was like, and then who else was there with us? Mike was there. Mike Oxley was there with us, and there was a bunch of people there.
I can't remember names.
And so, and we filmed this huge video. I mean, like, we filmed all the trails we did. Hours and hours video. And I get home, we tore the bumper up, we tore the fenders off the Jeep when we were there. We filmed all this amazing stuff.
My second set.
And I get home, and I'm like, I'm just going to make this crazy good video about all this. And I'm like, what is this? It looks like a really bad Burger King commercial.
Well, it's like all over the place. And so it's, and then going back and picking what's not going to make the poor people car sick sitting in their chair watching our video.
Craig brings up a real good point right here with, I don't know why Brad doesn't want to upload the fireside chats. Well, if you have been to one of our events, if you have been out camping with Craig and myself or Jamie or anybody else, you know that campfire video can have no audio. No audio. It's just one solid beep. It sounds like somebody's pulled the plug at a hospital, because that was like, you can't have any conversation.
Was that for storming the Ozarks?
Yeah, well, it's even
there was so many cameras out.
You can have video, you cannot have audio.
Yeah.
No.
I'm still waiting to see how you chop your finger off too. I caught it
in the camera. I caught it in the cameras on my camera.
His little tripod thing. He went to close it down so he could leave, and he just snapped the end of it.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, because we were walking. We were. I done broke my ankle. I already broke my ankle, and then we were. It's so bad. It's so bad. I call him the hole, and the whole thing that goes through.
Like, hold on, I'm gonna go record this. And he takes off and he runs and everything.
I have it on camera.
And he comes limping up to the truck, Jeep, and I was like, "What's wrong with you?" He's like, "I think I broke my ankle."
I did. I thought I broke it.
He's like, "All right, I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna get back out. I'm gonna try it again." I was like, "All right." So he gets out. He goes and he comes back holding his finger. He's like, "I'm bleeding."
So it sounds like you need to just not let him out of your sight.
It was the only weekend that happened to me, but it was horrible. We got it. So anyway, I almost break my ankle, and then we go back and we're filming some climbing out some mud and stuff like that. And I'm just talking, and I grab my tripod and I just go shoot, and I just guillotine it. Woo, and I'm like, so I'm walking back. I'm mad because I'm hobbling, and now my hand's bleeding. And I get all the way back. I do need a bubble, Jamie. Yes, that is correct. And I get back to the Jeep. And it's also my camera's running the whole time. I get back and I'm like, she's like, what? I'm like, and blood's just going down. And she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, it'll be all right. I said, just get in there. And we get in the Jeep. And the very first thing I do is I reach over here and I grab my gun and I throw my gun in the back seat. And I'm like, I throw it all the way to the back seat. She goes, what are you doing? I said, because I don't know what's coming next. I'm like,
I'm not going to take my chances.
I'm getting away from it.
Shoot yourself.
I'm getting away from it right now because I don't know what's going on. And it was just like, but that trip, but that back to the camera around the fireside, that was after Whiskey and Waypoints. And Whiskey and Waypoints video, the Whiskey and Waypoints thing that we did, we got out there and there was like, everybody was around the camera and it was like crazy, and we could not record anything.
No, we couldn't play anything. We can't play video, audio on any part of it.
Yeah, it was so ridiculous. It was unbelievably how bad it was.
Well, it was a happy lucky.
It was happy. It was funny, but it was bad. Yeah, it was bad.
We learned that Brad didn't know how to turn off his camera.
Yeah,
that's how we got half the footage.
Yeah, I didn't cut my cameras off.
Well, I mean, you might have some good footage in there, radio chatter,
Oh, well, it was something else. I tell you what.
Everybody got to see my long underwear.
That's all.
Hey, nobody's judging at this point.
Yeah, nobody.
I'm so cold. I have to wear 3 pairs of pants to stay warm. Okay.
Well, it's because you're skin and bones.
I know.
Our thermometer over there says that it's 27. So.
All right. So now speaking of 27 degrees.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about that, but this weekend. So you guys are actually heading up this weekend to go do some camping in the snow that is coming in, correct?
Yes. Oh yeah, we are so excited too. Last year we got caught out in it, and it just we weren't watching the weather for some reason, but it started snowing pretty heavy last year while we were out, and it's to this date was still one of the most fun times I've had out in the wild and wheeling around and doing all that stuff. So I'm looking super forward to this. But to be perfectly honest, Chris Carroll has got a spot picked out. I commented on one of his videos. I commented on one of his videos when I first ran into him long time ago and saying, hey, where's this campsite at? And he just kind of stood out there, one of these days I'll just take you to it. And so I don't know where this thing is or where we're going yet still. And it's this weekend. And that's kind of part of the fun. I don't mind that kind of an adventure. That's fun to us.
Yeah.
Well, we usually are the ones leading people, so it's kind of nice to have somebody show us around.
Yeah.
That's super
Don't
cool.
have to worry about taking the wrong turn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's always nice.
He did say that he's back for redemption because he didn't have 4-wheel drive and he was having some issues back then. So now he's got the 4-wheel drive put in, and he said it's going to be a real good time. So I don't know what that means.
It's not the poser anymore. It's not the poser anymore.
Yeah.
Michael's got to tell us there's going to be a lot of snow, though.
Our area is calling for 5 to 8 inches now. We're up to 5 to 8.
Yeah, we're leaving. We're supposed to be leaving.
Try to leave.
We're going to try to leave Friday night to head up and go camp. And it looks like that Craig's going to be up there with us, and I think that Dan is also going to roll up there and try to meet us. We're going to try to get on the phone after we get off the podcast tonight and try to work out what exactly is going on, just depending on how bad the roads are for us, because I can't leave till I get off work on Friday. So
we're kind of on Saturdays. That's why we're always pigeonholed into like some weird time constraints because we both work Saturdays. I'm in the service industry as a massage therapist, so Saturdays are money days. You can't take off Saturdays. That's throwing a paycheck away,
Yeah, I get it.
We leave out Saturday evenings, and then we're usually out Saturday evening, Sunday into Monday morning.
Luna's come to visit us on the podcast.
That's the name of the yurt that you guys saw in the video chat or in the campfire chat the other day.
Chris is like, I come up with a new name for the old girl. Now it's not it'll always be the poser, Chris, even though that you got 4-wheel drive working it. That was the best name ever. But yeah, I mean, we're excited. We don't get a lot of snow. Anytime there's snow coming into the Ozarks, I mean, you can tell on Facebook, everybody's like, let's go. Everybody's like pumping up, getting everything ready, want to head out. And then probably what'll happen is it'll be 85 and sunny on Friday now, and we'll
rain. It'll rain.
You take that back. You take it back, Bradley.
I'm just telling you, man.
I'm knocking on wood for you.
If it doesn't happen, it's probably my fault. But our local weatherman, Ryan Vaughn, he hates me. He does not like me at all. So yeah, so because I've been pestering him for like the last 15 years, because I told him, I said, if it was 95% or 90% chance of a Godzilla or snow and 10% chance of a Godzilla attack, I'm taking the Godzilla attack because it's you picking snow, it's not happening, Ryan.
Yeah, we usually just get the ice. And that makes it way more difficult with tents and things like that too, and the roads, of course. But we have plans to go out too, even here locally. We like helping pull people out. Last year we had like 6 or 7 people stuck just in our parking lot trying to leave the apartment complex, and we were running around towing people out, getting them out, getting them from unstuck and stuff.
Love it. And that was before we really had anything on the Jeep too.
Oh yeah. The one thing that is nice about those Falcon Wild Peak AT3s or whatever, they are really good in the snow. I mean, they were phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, you got the new lift on, so you're ready to go try that out too. I mean,
yes, sir.
He fell out of
it. Brad fell out of his.
I don't fall out of it. I jump into it.
He jumped.
I Buzz Lightyear'd out of it. Okay, I fell with style.
I wasn't there, so I can't say he did.
I went to step. It was the night we got home from doing the lift. I went to go get out, and I got to step on the curb because it was close, And I was like, "Oh, look, I'm just going to use the curb." And I say, "Whoop, bang!"
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well,
I have yet to fall out of it.
I know you're gonna be out with Chris, so you are gonna be out doing your thing out there. But I will tell you, anybody that's in the chat, if you're on here, and shoot me a message. We're gonna try to go up on Friday night, Saturday. If you're up there and you're close by and you want to come hang out, wheel a little bit, do something, take some pictures, have a drink by the campfire, whatever you want to do, just shoot us a message on Facebook or PM me. Everybody in here, most of these guys in here all have my telephone number anyway. So message me or call it, and we'll see if we can't hang out or something if we got time that day, if we can make it, because it'd be good to see everybody out in the snow because it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, it was. We actually got out on Christmas Day and tested the lift out a little bit. I think Kai asked if we got bigger tires yet. We haven't gotten bigger tires yet. We're still on the stock 32s or whatever they are. We have plans ultimately to end up at 37s, 38s, but we may have to stop at 35s first before we get the regearing and all that. So
yeah, if you're going to 38s, what are you going to go? Patagonias?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what we picked out. Yeah,
that's when I'll fall out of the Jeep.
You'll be all right.
I'm making a rope ladder. I'm gonna attach it. I'm gonna attach it to the base of my seat where I could just pull it down and climb up.
Well, I mean, that's like Gina's Jeep that she has. Like she is an inch and a half taller than mine. Mm-hmm. And she's like almost an inch and a half taller than my Gladiator. Her Jeep
God, that's so funny. Have you seen that TikTok short of that dude and his wife? They go out to the garage and she's dressed up like him in the baseball cap and shorts and stuff. And he's dressed up like a girl in a spaghetti tank top. Yeah. And he walks up and her Jeep's more lifted than his. And so she smacks him on the ass and she just goes, "What's up, big boy?"
We need to recreate that.
That's you guys.
It was funny because when I got my Gladiator and we got 37s on it, got it lifted and got everything done, and then Gina got her JL, and then
I got my JL first.
Yeah, she had her JL first, and I got my Gladiator. And then we lifted hers not too long ago. We put the lift on hers and got it up, and we pull up in the driveway, and I'm like, "Oh man, your Jeep is way taller than mine. I need to get some 40s." And it was like, no. She's like, no, can't have any 40s. And we got running jokes with that. But
Bobby better not be in the chat.
I don't know if Bobby's in here or not. But he normally is like, Brad needs 40s.
Brad needs 40s. Brad needs two wheels.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Brad doesn't.
Yeah. Craig's got a good point. If you're gonna get big tires, you might as well go ahead and re-gear, for those. Yeah. Because I haven't done mine, but you got 410s in yours too, since you got Rubicon. So. Well,
that's the only reason we haven't pulled the trigger on bigger tires because I can't afford to do both right now. And those price jump is a lot,
Yeah.
Take into account that we're also still very new to the off-roading world. So I've never had bigger tires than what we've got on the truck right now. Heck, I've never even had a truck other than Major Tom. So this is all new to us. But yeah, we definitely want to re-gear.
You're not supposed to tell people that you're a professional. Shh.
Oh yeah. I mean, nah, we know what we're doing. It's fine. Listen, my brother taught me the best way you can learn something. It is sink or swim, baby. You got to figure it out or you're done.
Well, Gina's starting a fire back up in the fireplace over here. It's gotten a little chilly in the house. But yeah, I feel like that's cool. Everybody's going to get to go out and enjoy a little bit of snow, I hope, this weekend.
Yes.
And we'll get to have some fun with that. But I got to ask you this question while she's away from the computer. So that way she's not making the face at me when we do it. So you are a gamer. So we talked about this a little bit the other day. And guys, I'm sorry for the chat group. This has nothing to do with Jeeps or overlanding or tents or diesel heaters or anything like that. We're going to talk about video games for just a minute because I did not know that Corey was such a gamer because I am. I'm a huge gamer myself. So
yeah, we talked about video gaming my whole life. I mean, from childhood, my mother has yelled at me, threatened to yank out the Wi-Fi. I mean, everything.
We're masters at Farm Simulator.
Oh yeah, we had Stan. You remember Stan? He had the little two-door Jeep that was out there. We were messing with Stan because he's a farmer, So we bought the Farming Simulator 25. So we were asking him how to farm crops and stuff because we had no idea. We were playing Farm Simulator.
Playing this game based on his real life answers.
Yeah. He goes, what color tractor did you get? We're like, it's yellow.
The only benefit I get out of this is that I get the fastest internet. So I can stream my videos and I can do all that kind of stuff. So there is one benefit to his gaming.
Yeah, we
don't let her fool you. Kayla was just about as big of a nerd as I was. She started off playing Final Fantasy 14. I was a WoW nerd. I couldn't even get into Final Fantasy, but I tried.
I played Warcraft. But most people are like, you can't tell me you do this. I'm like, dude, come on. I play tabletop games. I play, Warhammer 40K. I play all that stuff,
Oh, yeah.
Like, you do that and you go out and you ride around in the woods and camp and everything. I'm like, yeah, and I shoot guns too. I said, I do all kinds of stuff. I said, I'm multi-purposed.
Oh, you should see people's faces when I try to tell them that I was a big role player too, and I mean in everything. I did WoW, I did Warhammer 40K, I did GTA RP.
Still trying to beat original Zelda.
I was in the D&D group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that I had to ask you about that because when we were talking about it, I was like, I'm going to definitely touch base on that. We're not going to talk about the camera equipment you set up in the bedroom to film a video one day. That's not that kind of video.
I came home to that, to all the camera stuff, all the lights.
I just
in
work
the bedroom.
here. I just work here. I don't know what's going on
here.
I was trying to figure out after you told me that before we started the show. I was like, I've got to throw that in there somewhere.
When she came home, I had the studio lights pointed at the bed. If you've seen the video,
okay, discretion. Here we go. That was not what was happening. He was filming a video, and he just needed the room for the lights.
The room that we linked, yeah.
Yeah.
And I came in on the part where he literally had all the cameras on.
I had everything, the lights, everything's all pointed at the bed. She goes, "What is happening here? What kind of video are we about to shoot?"
And welcome to the Overland 870 podcast. People, that's what you get to see.
This is the G-rated version.
We had to convince we were going to do an OnlyFans for feet, and Kayla wants to dress up her big toe as a different character every week and do that. And I was like, you know what? You could definitely start buying some Jeep parts doing that.
Probably.
I would, I thought about doing the whole feet finder thing, but I didn't know there was like a thing for like Dracula feet or dragon feet or whatever.
Hobbit feet.
Hobbit feet, yeah. I have to get Hobbit feet. But yeah, no, I'm sorry, I had to bring that up. I knew that kind of just was it.
Funny.
It's we're not shy, I promise you. I touch naked people for a living, professionally, but it takes a whole lot to make me blush. But she has a funny way of making me blush pretty much every time.
Well, it's good, and
much for him.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for me. Yeah, you guys were there when that started. Yeah, you guys were there putting the lips on.
I remember the comments.
Yeah, but it's good. I mean, having somebody that you can go out and do this with, and you can laugh and you can cut up and you can kind of ping pong stuff back and forth. And that's if you go out with Gina and I, we go out and you would think that we were getting ready to stab each other in like 15 minutes. Sometimes we're like,
you said getting ready to.
It's like, but it's all about having a good time and getting to talk to people and I like having her with me, and sometimes she likes having me with her. I mean, it's
well, I'm not gonna lie, it's been awesome being able to have Kayla with me. I got really lucky that she was into all this stuff. I was really worried she wasn't gonna like it, and not only did she like it, most of the handheld stuff, especially from like the phone and outside the Jeep, that's her filming all that stuff. She gets out there
in the rain. I'm soaking wet. I mean, he turns a heat warmer back on for me when I get back in, and my hair.
To be fair, though, when we get to an obstacle, she's like, "Let me out! Let me out! I don't want it here for this. Let me out! I'll film it."
That's my excuse when things get shady. Just let me out.
We do that too to an extent. Usually it's me saying, "Let me out." Okay, you're gonna let me out. I'm going to go film something. That's what I say, but that's not what happens. But it's that dynamic of having somebody in the passenger seat with you. Because if you see me alone on a trip, if you see me alone and she's not with me on a trip, there's two things. One, she's mad because she's not there. Okay, and two, I'm in trouble because she's not there. Because we do not like to go do stuff. I went out, and I guess it was before Thanksgiving last year. I went out before Thanksgiving and was going to go up and meet some folks in the Ozarks, and I was supposed to meet them. And some stuff came up, and they couldn't make it. And I'm just sitting there by myself at the campsite, and I'm like, and I just drove 3 hours, 4 hours, and I've been up there. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go home. I don't want to sit here by myself. I was like, I'm just going to pack camp up and go home. But then, I'll get to go out sometime with, I do stay in trouble, Jamie. I do get to go out sometimes with the guys. I'll go out sometimes with Jamie, or I'll go out sometimes, with Gordon will go out with us, or I'll go out, with, Craig. I go out with Craig a lot. I'm out with him a whole bunch. And it's like
starting to get jealous.
Yeah, he's my boyfriend. That's what she said. You gonna go see your boyfriend this week? He's in from Texas, and I'm like, yeah, he's in from Texas.
Yeah.
But
he sounds hideous. What is he wearing?
well,
Wait, who's Craig?
you got hey, shameless plug. Jump on over to Fit for Off Road Ticket Badges and buy yourself a Who's Craig shirt. By the way, if you don't know what that's all about, buy
We are
one.
gonna get one.
Buy Who's Craig shirt.
And the photo he used is the negative photo of it is hysterical. Oh my god!
Jump over and get you a Who's Craig shirt. That's everybody.
Gotta get you one.
But
many people may not know this, and I know this, and I don't want to upset people who are more traditional in their faith and stuff like that. But Kayla and I are not married. She gets called my wife constantly. I just want to point that out. She's not my wife yet, but we do live together. We've lived together. We've been together for about 3 years now, and we actually live together.
We're about to sign our 4th year on this apartment.
You'd think we were married. So we live together. She's got 3 kiddos. So that's when y'all see the kids. It's from her previous marriage. That's Robert, Elizabeth, and Gabe. They're 12, 10, and 5.
Yeah.
And we also work together full time too. So we work together. We live together. We overland together. We are literally around each other 95% of the time.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And that's good that
I'm
you guys.
very
don't
happy
really-
when I'm away from you either.
Yeah. And we bicker and stuff like most people do sometimes.
Oh,
we
we
get
do.
grumpy at each other, but I can honestly say we've never legitimately had an actual fight though.
Yeah. Well, we do. We have actual fights.
She probably wins. She probably
we have actual fights. No, we don't. We disagree on certain stuff, but we don't. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is like the most perfect thing ever because I am retarded. I'm stupid. I make poor decisions. And my 90% of this trouble I get into is because I brought it on myself. So, but at least I'm working my way through it. It's like a 12-step program. I'm on number 6.
Yeah, at least you're trying. That's the first step to recovery is admitting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He doesn't admit it. He owns it.
yeah, I was like, yeah, that's my fault. I did that. But it's, we get to get out, we get to do this, and we get to share all these good times. And, there's a lot of people that don't get to do this. And I'll try to tell everybody, excuse me, I try to tell everybody a lot of times, like our motto, we say a lot of times is enjoy life. And you don't have a lot of life to live, when you get to my age, because I'm on up there. So you got to get out and enjoy as much of it as you can. Get out and have as much fun as you can, meet as many people as you can, see as many sights as you can see, do everything that you can, skydive out of a balloon if you want to. Not me, 'cause I'm scared of heights and snakes. And so,
snakes. Don't get me
I don't talk.
We have snake
We have bad stories.
I have tons of snake stories. I've told my
We
boys.
have exaggerated snake
Yeah,
stories.
no, that's so we're fixing. So Bobby Thurman is actually in the chat with us. Bobby, we do lives around the campfires, which is another podcast that we do, and we're fixing to start back up with that. But that we talked about the snake that we almost ate, me and Jeremy and Bobby at horse camp. It was like a huge anaconda. Anyway, go watch that on lives around the campfire. It was an anaconda.
She did say it was exaggerated.
Yeah, I told my boys growing up, I said, we don't watch movies with snakes in them. We don't wear snakeskin boots. We don't play with kids named Snake. We don't do any of that. None of that stuff. We don't do snakes at all.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeremy, the snake stories are not exaggerated. That's exactly true.
They are so
Hey,
exaggerated.
we see 2 snakes in one trip and we're done. We go home. We're not waiting for the 3rd.
You look on my if you get on my Onyx off road and you look on my stuff or you look on my guy or you look on whatever I got my map stuff on it. If there's been a snake sighting, there's an X on that campsite. That's like I've scrubbed it from the whole internet. That site doesn't exist anymore.
Well, we made the mistake of camping in a dried up riverbed in the height of the summertime, and when the sun went down, of course, all the snakes came out into our campsite, and we were literally sitting around. We saw a baby one
That
we were
was
kind of
a
messing with.
Baby copperhead. It was like this long, and we had a couple of friends that just came to hang out with us, and we
Aaron
were
and
throwing
Aaron.
boulders at this thing, and it was still coming at us. So we got it to go away, and not 30 minutes later, it was dark. We were all sitting around the campfire. There's the lakes right there's a little bit of water right here, and we see this snake, and it was a copperhead,
Yeah, 37 feet long at least.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
huge.
37
My friend
feet.
whips up his flashlight. He goes, "Oh my God, is that a snake?" He goes like that, and his sucker said, "we're like, ah!" It was bad.
I'm more scared
Yeah.
of scorpions. And
I'm like I've told everybody this hundreds of thousands of times, and I'm telling everybody in here again, so everybody knows. If you throw a snake on me, I do not care if it's a rubber snake. I don't care if it's a little green gardener. I don't care if it's an earthworm that could be mistaken for a snake. When I get done crying and screaming and running, there will be a fight. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care if you're a Girl Scout. I don't care.
you know, you just set yourself up for the joke.
You're getting some licks. I'm like, it's whack. I'm yeah.
Somebody's
I'm with you. Don't come up with no
Right
snake.
there before a snake on me.
Yeah, he chased our boys around the house for almost 2 hours because they put a rubber snake on his pillow.
Yeah.
When he flipped back the covers to go to bed that night.
I'm playing.
2 hours.
Yeah. I don't
I
thought so, Jamie.
Whatever you want to call them. No,
I got a pretty good lick of the arachnophobia too, because we'll be driving down some trails. We go down in the Ouachitas. That's where we started at most of our adventures, and it's just wall, spider web wall, and they're just all over the Jeep, and I'm like, oh! We get
and
back.
they'll be like big. I mean, they're this big. These spiders, they're huge.
We got back, we brought one, and one fell inside the Jeep one time with the kids all in the back seat. So I'm lifting them up in the air while this thing's crawling across the seat. We lost it underneath the baby's car seat somewhere.
Yeah.
We never saw this thing again. We get back home, it's like 2 days later, and the thing had made a web across my dashboard, and I went to go get in it, and Robert, 12-year-old, the oldest one, he goes, Mom, I think I found that spider. And it had a big old web across my dash. I was not having it.
We had come home from shopping or something, and he was like, I see it. We weren't even in the Jeep. That's it.
Yeah, like snakes. I mean, like I don't like snakes. I don't have any trouble with spiders or anything like that. A lot of times, like what I do, I'll be under a house or something. I'll have to crawl under a house, or and it doesn't bother me. I'm not claustrophobic. I'm slightly scared of heights, but snakes, I don't do snakes. I don't do those, and it will cause a fist fight. And I mean, I'm not even a good fighter, but I mean, I'm going to put up one heck of a fight. I'm going to windmill. It's like we're going down. I'm pretty sure, I might be
Just start flailing.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. But okay, so we're now that everybody in the chat has decided they're going to bring rubber snakes to every event we're at now and throw snakes at me,
That's messed up, man.
Yeah, no,
now you really need a bubble so they'll just bounce off.
Yeah, just look at this right here. Look, never fails. We always get a short jump. There we go, Brad. You're right. You're right. Never fails. Always get a short jump. But now,
you're like 5'5", right?
You're 6'3". I don't know where everybody gets that I'm short.
Oh,
if you look, I'm like,
is that exaggerated?
No, I'm not. I'm like 6.
Well, you know what they say about men's measurements, right?
Stop now.
There's
Family show. This is a family show.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is what I'm talking about when you said a while ago when she does it. She does this to me all the time. She thinks it's funny.
It's funny.
But
we still have small packages, Brad. It's okay, buddy.
Dude,
yeah, but it's cute. Cute.
I'm like one of them little pit bulls.
More like a Frenchie.
Yeah, well, okay, I like Frenchies too. I don't just like those. Well, here we go. Look, it's Oompa Loompa jokes. Like, let me get Craig, it will be orange. As many Oompa Loompa jokes as I get told all the time. They never fail.
Man, listen, for real though, we gotta shout out Dan because y'all may not know this, but Dan was actually the second person who ever reached out to us to go, hey man, let's go camping, let's go do something. I mean, he is one of the OGs from the original. And then shortly after that, we ran into Craig, and it was our New Year's trip. And to date, that's our most popular video. It's got like 42,000 views on it, but it was him and Craig taking us to Bub's Cabin Union School.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Craig's very photogenic. You can tell by the shirt that Jamie's going to have listed shortly on Ticketmaster.com.
6'3" and bulletproof, I bet. Says Michael.
But so we got a couple minutes left, but let's go over a couple more things we got coming up. So we're all going to go. There's going to be a ton of us out in the Ozarks this weekend. Clayton Nicholson posted that just a while ago. The Ozarks are going to be very busy this weekend. I'm sure everybody's going to be filming, trying to go. Every known campsite's probably going to be full of people. So you're probably going to be camping with somebody you know or don't know. But then we've got We got next thing coming up after that. You got your camping trip with Chris Carroll. You're going out and do that with Chris. And then we have, I believe, Frosty Fenders is the next thing we got coming up.
Yeah, event wise, we got to go help Stan put his lift on because Stan just bought a 4-inch lift for his Jeep. He got all new steering and everything. He got everything. This thing is gonna look sweet.
Yeah, that's good.
We're gonna go do Ritter Road again.
Yeah, but our next big event is the Frosty Fenders and Campfire Benders, and we've been working on this one for a while. I mean, we've been in the chat, hanging out, talking to people. Yeah. We are super excited about this.
We're gonna kind of touch base on this real fast. We're here. Now, I get a lot of messages and stuff, and everybody goes, "Hey, Brad, what about your Frosty Fenders event?" It's not my event. This is it's the Overland 870 page. So you guys that are on there, it's kind of a group deal, But Corey's involved in it, Craig's involved in it, which we'll use all the YouTube. So we got Big Rock Overland's involved in it, Crayon Brotherhood, Till Valhalla Overland, More Adventures, Stick It Badges. I mean, Feral Chick Outdoors. I mean, we got. If I missed you, there's
Vengeance Overland. Are they going to be there?
Yeah, Brandon's going to be there. Vengeance Overland's going to be there. Smoking Crow's going to be there.
Yeah, Smoking Crow. There's a lot of really good ones.
I mean,
for Knives of Valor.
Yeah. There's tons of, and this is not a Brad thing. I try to tell everybody this. It's not a Brad thing. I just happen to be the one who's trying to, get it out there, and I'm promoting it and stuff on the Overland page. But this is kind of like a community meetup, more or less. So we're trying to get as many people to come out and hang out and get to touch base with all these guys that do a little bit of YouTube here and stuff. I don't know, like you guys, y'all have big followings. I don't have that stuff right there, but there's a lot of guys that are coming and they're going to be there. Caleb's talking about coming out there. Caleb Baker from Baker Overland.
He's larger than we are YouTube wise.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of folks that's coming out to do this, and this is kind of like just a hangout thing. Now we do say that there are 60 tickets and they are sold, so we're expecting 60 rigs and at least 120 people.
It's going to be a lot of people.
If you don't have a ticket, you can still come to the event. You can still come. You're just not going to be in the drawing, and that's the reason why that we do the limited number of tickets, is so that we can keep up with the stuff that we're going to give away. Tickets are free. We got Bourbon on the Buffalo is coming up after Frosty Fenders, and we'll start promoting that. And that's going to be in Gilbert, Arkansas. And that's going to be huge. That's going to be way bigger than this one, like way bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're excited to hear about that one.
Yeah, well, we're not even starting. We haven't even started it yet. So we haven't announced it. This is like the first thing that we've talked about it right here live is we're going to do that. And that's kind of like, that's going to be a big event. That's going to be, and we're going to touch base on that after Frosty Fenders.
You said bigger than Frosty Fenders?
I mean, bigger than Frosty Fenders.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised if we have almost 200 people come out total between the family and the people camping and the rigs and everything. That's going to be
cool. Like I said, from what I've done right now, from everybody that I've counted as far as it's going, like if every rig has 2 people in it, we're at 120 people. But I know we have more people coming that have bought tickets. So we're probably looking at 65 to 70 rigs that are going to be there.
Oh yeah.
So, and that's insane.
That's
huge. That's a really big deal. And we're going to do trail rides. You guys are leading a trail.
Yep.
I believe Dan's going to lead a trail. We're going to do one. Stephen Moore's going to do one. Craig may be our tail gunner on ours. We haven't really worked out what we're going to do yet. But there's several more people that are going to be leading trails and everything. But it is going to be fun. It's going to be huge.
Yeah. Oh,
and it's probably, I'm just going to warn you, it's probably going to be a little unorganized, tiny little bit unorganized, but we're having a big, huge potluck. Everybody's going to come by, you're going to cook something. Told a couple people face to face, don't cook a turkey. Don't cook a turkey and bring it. There's going to be so many.
Don't kill a boar and bring it out there.
Don't bring 64 pounds of dumplings, Jesse. Don't bring 64 pounds of dumplings.
Listen, though, as long as Dan gets to bring his hawks that he's got, oh my God, I want one of those things, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna have such a good time, and there, and don't be afraid to come out and find somebody you don't know. Like
our campsite is absolutely open. If you guys see us out there, anybody can come up and talk to us, ask questions, anything. I promise you, we are absolutely friendly. We love meeting people, everybody.
We're gonna have the Overland flag up, the Overland 870 flag up, the Narwhal Adventures flags up.
We just got a flag in today.
Yeah, and
that's awesome.
We're gonna put those up. If
Sorry, I'm reading Craig's. That's a big ass turkey.
Yeah, it's a big ass turkey.
What goes back to that man measurement again?
That's a big ass turkey.
But if you see me or Gina, and you see my Jeep, you see Gina's Jeep, our trailer, you see Corey, you see Dan's rig, where all of our rigs are logo. You know, if you see us, come talk to us, please. I'm asking you very nicely. Come hang out with me,
please.
Come sit down. Come sit down in camp. Talk. Ask us a question. Go. You know, crap. You probably know something I don't know. More than likely. And let's talk about this. Come camp with me. I tell everybody all the time.
Or something works better for you that we didn't think of.
Yeah. Come camp. Camp with me.
Just like a giant bonfire in the middle, and everybody camp on the outside, and everybody just. Everybody just come to that.
We might have too many people that all of us could fit in there, but yeah,
we can sit in laps and stuff. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I would suggest everybody. It's going to be wet and cold and everything.
Yeah, I'm
going to bring a couple propane fire pits anyway, just so we can have some people sit around stuff. Because there's going to be way too many people sit around one campfire. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, we'll have one too. When we've got the awning, everybody can hang out underneath and stuff too. So yeah, well,
Craig,
it can host a lot of people.
Greg said stop by and say hello. I'll be charging $10 for a picture.
And selling shirts.
No, come by and hang out with us. Come by and say hi to all these people that are coming out there. They're just like you. I will tell you that right off the bat. Everybody is just like Corey is. Everybody is just like me. Everybody's just like Craig. Everybody wants to talk to people. Everybody wants to say hi. I'm pretty approachable. I like everybody that I've met in the Overland.
He never meets a stranger.
Yeah, everybody that
we went to Disney World and he knew people there.
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
Yeah, of all places.
Of all places.
But we have a lot of cool stuff that we're going to give away. So actually, I'm supposed to be getting with Stefan and going over the list, but I have not done it yet, and he's been on my case pretty good because I have been neglecting to do that.
We should add that to the list.
Yeah, Stefan's going to be taking care of that. But I will tell you, because I got to do this because I told him that I would do this. So, okay, so Onyx Off-Road has sent me 3 Elite Premium memberships.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to give away 3 Elite Premium memberships to Onyx Off-Road while we're there. We got a bunch of cool stuff to give away. I mean, it's going to be fun. I mean, don't look, we're not giving away a rooftop tent because we don't got one. So, but we're not giving away a rooftop tent. Nobody's getting a new Bronco or a 4Runner or anything like that.
You mean to tell me there's not a set of 37s just waiting for us? Oh, man.
If somebody from Patagonia sees this, they want to send some tires.
It would take all of us combined to buy them tires. Them suckers are.
Yeah. We run Nexans, though. Everybody around here, we all run Nexans. That's what we run.
We're open to other tires, honestly, but we looked at them. They're like $600 a piece. They are expensive.
Yeah, they are. But just come out and hang out with us, man. And if I always say, it's like I said, you want to come camp, if you want to go out and hang out in the Ozarks, stuff like that, I'll answer anybody on Facebook that messages me. Even if you're trying to get me to send you money to get a Nigerian prince out of jail somewhere, I'll still return a message. So just message us, man. Talk to us. We're normal people. I put my pants on just like everybody else does. So 2 legs at a time.
But I would imagine though, because you're lower to the ground, that you can do it a little bit faster than the other people, right?
Yeah. Well,
he's close to the ground.
I get it. My pants legs are as long as a washcloth. I get it. Come on.
It makes sense now that he hurt his ankle because the hole would have extended his distance from the ground and caused it to hurt more.
Yeah, I'm this close to a handicap sticker, people. Been parking up front for days.
Jamie
but I do want to thank everybody. We want to thank everybody for coming out, and watching the podcast as always. I appreciate all the comments and all the support from everybody else. Thank you for coming out, Corey and Kayla. Thank y'all for coming out. Gina for keeping me in line tonight.
I was poking and prodding. I didn't do anything.
I'm trying to get better at this stuff, the closeout deal. Excuse me. But next week I will have David Cartwright from Folksy Overland will be on here with me. And come talk to David, ask him some questions and stuff. He's a pretty cool dude. Come hang out. But any closing words from you guys over there?
I mean, for me at least, everybody that we've met so far, we have pretty much loved just about everybody. I mean, the Overland 870 group is an awesome group of people. We have had so much fun with you guys already, and we've only been out with you on one actual trip. And we came in kind of on the end of it. And I mean, you guys still made a pretty big impression on us. We can't wait to get back out with you guys. We are super looking forward to the Frosty Fenders. And some of our other friends, our closest friends, Justin, Melissa, Michael, Eric, Stan, all these people, they're kind of in our little core group, and they've just been awesome to us. They've got us back, every step of the way. And I know that we're out in the front and we're the ones doing the videoing and doing all the stuff kind of in the limelight, but we got to hand it to the people that are behind us because they're the ones that make us who we are. I just want to thank all of you guys and them, of course, especially for supporting us and watching our videos and hanging out with us and taking us on these crazy adventures and following us into God knows where.
Yeah, I will say this.
OOAT.
Yeah, day 4. Yeah, that was
no
a
lift.
Trip. That was a trip.
I do want to say this before we get off here, though. You just mentioned Stan and everybody that came out and that came down. We put your lift on. So I get for those guys to follow you down here, and then stay down here all day long with us and put that lift on. And Eric was a great help. Stan was a great help. Everybody there was just like tripping in like crazy. We didn't know anybody. We only knew Stan and Eric for just a few minutes. Yeah. We knew Stan from talking at camp. We were there for storming the Ozarks, but we didn't know anybody else. But everybody was like, "Man, hand me a wrench." And we did it, man. And they're a great group of people, dude. They're amazing. You're very blessed.
You have an amazing core group. Yeah.
And y'all did a great job because we haven't had any issues as a lift yet. Well, except for the sway bars being unbolted. That was awful. They just about fell out. They were going clink, clink, clink. It was bad.
That must have been something that Jamie put on.
I think it was. You know what? Now that I think about it, yeah.
Pretty sure
Go back and check the footage.
Yeah, I got to put
this finger about that. That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
I have video.
No, you don't.
Oh, well, But everybody, thanks for tuning in tonight. And then jump in next week on Tuesday at 7:00. Come watch that. We got David Cartwright coming up. And after that, we got a couple more people coming in for fill out the rest of the month. And then if you want to be on the podcast, what are you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, don't forget to go over to Corey's video on YouTube.
What was that? I'll link it one more time for you.
Throw it in the chat.
Also, we want to thank you guys for having us on. We love the podcast. We've been here every time you guys have been doing it, and it's just getting better and better and better. So we love watching you guys. We think you guys are awesome. So thank you all so much for having us on here and for, entertaining us for the last hour.
If you're in the chat and you got a YouTube or you're on Overland 870 page and you got something on there and you want to come on the podcast and you want to talk about stuff, you want to promote yourself and you want to, just get out there and get your channel out, shoot me a message. We'll book you a spot. Come on here. That's what Overland 870 is all about. It's about building community and getting everybody's information out there to everybody else. Guys, we appreciate you very much and we hope you have a great rest of the week. And we will see you in the Ozarks this weekend for some snow.
Get out there and have fun.
Oh, yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See ya.